The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman volleyball coach Dave Franklin, I'm Michael Watchering here on SeeingEagles.com as Dave announces his coaching staff for the 2016 season. Coach Kyle Peck, Aaron Harwood, and Molly Locke. What were you looking for out of that group, and what do you expect from those three?
You know, when you're putting together a staff and you're interviewing people and you're meeting them, you're trying to make sure you're well-rounded and everybody has strengths to add. Starting with Erin, she was the first hire as a GA. She had experience doing an internship with her former coach, helping with a lot of operational stuff, and she wanted to get into coaching. She's been coaching some club teams, so she's got a passion for learning and getting in the gym. Good program at Fairmont State, and she has good knowledge it can add. Molly played here, obviously, last year. Molly has a really high IQ for the game. I think one day if Molly decides to be a coach, she's going to be really, really good at it. She sees the game very much like a coach, and so she just adds to our gym and helping outside hitters and seeing things that are going on in a match that she can relay. And then there's Kyle Peck. We just hired him recently, but he was a head coach before. From my standpoint, he has a lot of knowledge, and I work to bring into the gym that when I want to separate, I can trust real easily that he's over there running that court and they're getting better. And being my first head coaching job, not necessarily, at least at the college level, he's experienced it. There's little things I can rely upon him on, just be like, man, this is a new emotion. He goes, yeah, you'll get used to it. But so I think we're well-rounded in the gym. I've got energy. Kyle might be a guy of a few words, but I'll bring the energy, and then as a whole, we're just going to be able to give the girls a great experience.
When you talk about that dynamic, both you and Kyle have Division I coaching experience, have a long lineage of coaching experience, and you have two younger coaches. How does that balance throughout the year? I
think it's great. I think it gives the girls a balance too. And so as Kyle and I are probably the more dominant voices in the gym, it gives Aaron and Molly a chance just to learn and see it from a coaching side. They're both recent graduates, starting to see it from this side, and see sometimes as coaches would say them things as players, now like, oh, I get it. And so I think it's great that as we go along, it'll eventually become four voices that, every detail in a practice can be watched for. So I can know that we're getting better in every aspect.
It's a new coaching staff, but you also brought in some new players. When you look at the recruiting class and the signees, what do you expect from that group?
Looking at the roster right now, they're going to contribute right away, especially on the outside hitter position. Marnie and Kendall are going to be competing with a sophomore and Allie King for playing time right away at a very critical position in a volleyball match. So they're definitely going to provide early. Same thing in the middle. Alex B-Rose coming in. Don't have a lot of depth at that position right now. But I tell you what, Alex has been working hard. I think she's going to be ready to contribute. And then you have Abby McFarland. She's going to be competing for a right side spot, and so far so good with her. I love Abby McFarland is steady Eddie, as I would call her. You know what you're going to get from Abby McFarland every single day. Unfortunately, our freshman setter from California, Elena Vasquez, she tore her ACL in her last club tournament, so probably redshirt her and see what she can provide next year. And then we have a DS in Lexi Zerba. And so having DS depth, knowing that ball control is how we win or lose matches, is very, very important. So I think as a whole they're going to contribute a lot.
What's the biggest challenge for your coaching staff with those new players, getting them ready for the college scene?
It's such a different game, honestly. Things that they're able to get away with in high school and club that come to this level, especially looking at our first tournament, they have to find different ways to score that they've never been pushed to. So I think the biggest challenge is just getting them to buy in and realize I have to be different. I have to play a little differently. I've got to come in here willing to learn and know that I've got to push myself to be uncomfortable to be able to play at this level.
Coach, thanks for the time. Best of luck this year.
Thank you.
He's Dave Franklin. I'm Michael Watchering here on SeeingEagles.com.